Jalen Hurts is back at practice taking first team reps, and it looks like we're going to get our wish. It looks like he's going to play. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. So there's no doubt that this week is a playoff game for the Philadelphia Eagles. It obviously is a big deal, okay? No question about it. And to me, the outcome depends on one thing, and one thing alone. Does Jalen Hurts play? Because if it's the man who lives down by the river, Gardner stinks you, we got no shot, okay? Now, we're going to get into it in a second. But before we do that, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, most throttled, pause, Eagles content creator in all the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, I love you. Thank you for all your support. You know what to do. Now, before we get into the Eagles, there was an update on Damar Hamlin today. I'm sure all you guys saw. I thought it was pretty cool. It looks like he's making a lot of progress. It looks like he woke up for a little bit, wrote on a piece of paper, asked if they won a game. So it looks like he's recovering well. I think that's a wonderful thing. We will continue. I'm sure you all will too. But I'll continue to pray for the kid. And that's some good news, definitely. So sounds pretty cool. Now, as far as the Eagles go, I mean, we could talk about this all week. The game does not get any bigger than this for the Eagles, okay? You had a 3-game lead with 3 games left to play. All you had to do was win one of those games, and you clinched home field and the division. They haven't been able to do it twice. In my opinion, the reason that they haven't been able to do it was because of who the hell they had at quarterback. Gardner stinks you, okay? Listen, I know that the coaches have a big fault. A giant fault, and I blame the coaches for last week's game more than anything, okay? But I just can't get over that pick six in my head. Like, I just can't get over that pick six, in that game. It's just unbelievable to me. 6 minutes left, down 3, pick 6? It's just unacceptable. I saw Steichen, and he was talking about how it was the worst game that he's coached all year. Totally agree. I thought they were really bad, especially offensively, okay? I mean, we give Jonathan Gannon a lot of crap. We do. But somehow he still manages to break franchise sack record, still has a shot at the National Football League record in sacks in a season. So, I mean, it is what it is with him. I'm not a big fan of the scheme, but you got to give him credit. At least when the Saints came out and they went down the field, first drive was like 8 minutes. And then, there was another drive. I think they moved the ball. He made adjustments, and they shut that down. They shut it down. The offense, they never made any adjustments. Why would Miles Sanders only get 12 carries? And if you're going to say, well, it's because he's injured, they didn't want to use him. Okay, then why did Boston Scott only get 2 carries? Why did Kenneth Gainwell only get 2 carries? Nobody else got the ball. We could run the ball with those guys against the New Orleans Saints. It could have been done. Okay, so to me, it's the combination of really bad coaching in that game, but also a bad backup quarterback. He did not play a good game. I mean, just think about it. That last drive versus Dallas, if we score a touchdown, win that game, we make one play in that game at the end. If he makes one play, score a touchdown, the division's clinched. We were one play away from clinching it all there. So now we got to go into this game with the Giants, right? The Giants hate us. The Giants feel like they owe us because we screwed them, although Dallas has screwed them too. Let's face it, the Dallas Cowboys made the choice to trade with the Philadelphia Eagles for the Eagles to jump the Giants for Devontae Smith. So, really, they could get us back. They could also get the Dallas Cowboys back, But they would love nothing more to knock us out of that number 1 seed. And if I was a Giant fan, I would want the same thing. Knock the Eagles out of the number 1 seed. I just wouldn't play my starters to do it. But that's for the Giants to decide. What I think, though, more importantly, whether the Giants do what they're going to do, is the Eagles have to get Jalen Hurts back. That's the most important thing. That's the single most important thing. This team is a different team. The offense is a different offense with Jalen Hurts on the field. Jalen Hurts is the system. The system is built around him, and he's the guy. And look, it looks like we're going to get him back because Jalen Hurts was taking first-team reps today. Jalen Hurts was practicing, and he's gearing up to play. Tim McManus said this, looked like Jalen Hurts did more at today's portion of practice open to the reporters than last Thursday. Rollout throws stood out, running left, throwing across his body with decent velocity. Hurts was the first up among quarterbacks for various individual drills. That's an absolute great sign. A.J. Brown said this. A.J. Brown says Jalen Hurts took the first team reps today. Quote, I think he will be fine Sunday. A.J. says Jalen Hurts' ball was very sharp, but he's still knocking off some rust, which I expect him to do. That's going to happen. No question about it. Dallas Goedert also spoke on Jalen Hurts. This is what he said. He says, Jalen is a fierce competitor, one of the best competitors I've been around. He definitely wants to be out there. He looked good. He looked like he hasn't missed anything. The balls look good coming out of his hands. His reads were good. So, by all accounts, let's face it, Jalen Hurts is playing this game. And he's got to play this game. We got to win this game. The difference between playing 3 road games and having a bye week and only having to win 2 games to get to the Super Bowl, and both those games are in your stadium, is huge. It's absolutely huge, okay? And you know Dallas is going to beat Washington. Washington's already benched Carson Wentz. They benched Carson Wentz because he stinks. Carson is shot, dude. I don't know what happened to that guy, but he is done. He is done. I don't think Carson Wentz can be a starter in this league anymore. So I expect Dallas to take care of business. I expect the Niners to take care of business. And none of that really matters as long as the Eagles go out and they win this game. That's all we need. Just go out and beat the Giants. That's all they have to do. And they should do it. After 2 losses, I expect the Eagles to come out violent. I expect them to come out pissed off. I expect them to come out and overrun the Giants. I really do. I think with Jalen Hurts in there, I think the first 2 drives to score touchdowns, then Giants, maybe they have their starters in and maybe say this ain't worth it. This Eagles team's going to kill us today. Get those guys out, and then that's it. That's all she wrote. But the Eagles are still favored by 14 points. So obviously Vegas is saying something that we all know the Giants are probably going to do. And they should. It's smart. That's a smart coach over there in New York. I really like Brian DeBall. I think he's a hell of a coach. And he's too smart to do something stupid. So he'll do what he does. But it doesn't matter. The Eagles have to go out and they have to play. And if you don't have Jalen Hurts, you're going to have problems. It's just the way it is. Okay? I think about this game, and let's say the Eagles were to lose this game. So let's say the Eagles lose, Dallas wins, and the Eagles become the 5th seed. So you would have to go to play, most likely, you have to go to play Tampa. Tampa's clinched. So you would go to Tampa again, 2nd year in a row. Now, I don't think Tampa could beat the Eagles in Tampa or in Philly. I don't care. I don't think they have the team. I understand it's Tom Brady. I think the Eagles would win that game. It's then the second game that's going to be the problem. Where are you playing the next week? Are you going to San Francisco? If you're going to San Francisco, it's a problem. If you're going to, let's say, Dallas, you'll win. You'll win. But it's a lot harder to have to play 3 weeks in a row on the road than to have a bye week and then come back and have to only win 2 games. Who the hell is texting me when it's like every time I try to make a video, I get texted. Like, leave me alone. I'm working here, But in all seriousness, the bye week is crucial. I really believe the Eagles go to the Super Bowl if they have that number 1 seed in that bye week. I don't think they do if they don't. That's the truth. So that's what I see this bye week is, especially if you lose to the Giants and you've lost 3 in a row, and now you're going to go into the playoffs, losers of 3 in a row, having just choked the number 1 seed that you had a surefire stranglehold on. If you choke that away, you may not. Maybe you don't beat Tampa. Maybe you don't because you're on such a bad footing at that point in time. It's a problem. Plus, and this is a big plus, Lane Johnson ain't going to be back. Lane Johnson needs that bye week. You want Lane Johnson playing, you got to get him that bye week. You got to get him to round 2 of the playoffs. Then you'll get Lane Johnson back. And if we could get some of these guys on a bye week to rest, I think another week rest for Jalen Hurts can't hurt. For Josh Sweat, can't hurt. For C.J. Gardner-Johnson, even though he looks like he's coming back this week, it can't hurt. It can't hurt these guys. But the Eagles, they have to come out there. They have to win this game. There's just no ands, ifs, or buts. There is no other way than to win. And when I close my eyes, I can't see the Eagles losing this game at all. No way whatsoever. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. And remember, it's how we vision. We're all just living in it. You know I'm waiting on Pizzle. You know it because he's in a tough spot. He's in a tough spot. I mean, does he really think his Giants are going to win with backups this week? Does he really think so? And he really won't know if they're going to play their starters till the last second. Does he really want to take a shot and gamble double or nothing on his belt now? Or does he want to play it smart and wait and have the Giants go into the playoffs, beat the Minnesota Vikings, then come play the Eagles in Philly round 2 for real with their starters? Now that's a game. But he's got a tough decision to make because Philly 500 is ready to go. Denzel Washington